I am Kaylee. I'm here with Caitlin and Claire. We'll be hosting today's webinar in just a few minutes. We're just going to wait a few for others to trickle in, and then we'll get started. Hi everyone, once again, my name is Kaylee. I'm here with Caitlin and Claire, and we'll be hosting today's webinar on finding IC bus content on the SMRC. So we're going to go ahead and get started with today's webinar, and just a few details. Throughout the webinar, lines are muted to avoid any background noise. So if you have any questions throughout, feel free to type them into your GoToWebinar panel, into the question area, or into the chat area. Also, at the end of today's session, there's going to be a short survey that pops up when you leave, so just take a minute to fill that out, and we appreciate any feedback you have for us about these webinars. This session is going to be recorded, so if you need to step away, if there's someone who can't be here today, no fear, we'll have this posted and sent out to everyone. So let's get started. So first up, what is the SMRC? It's the Sales and Marketing Resource Center. It's a dealership marketing portal that distributes content and assets to dealership staff for marketing efforts. And today is going to be an overview of navigation and how to find IC bus content. So right now on your screen, you should be seeing the homepage of the SMRC here. And first, I'd like to direct you to the drop-down in the top right that currently reads all assets. When searching specifically for IC bus content, click on that drop-down and select IC bus only. And this change will apply to the assets, kits, and templates pages. So on the homepage, you won't see that filter applied, but everywhere else, you'll be seeing content tagged with IC bus. Visually though, on the homepage, you'll notice that the blue ribbon in the top navigation turns into a yellow ribbon. So that's important to keep in mind. If you were seeing maybe an orange ribbon, you're looking at international truck only, yellow ribbon, IC bus, blue ribbon, all assets. On the homepage, we also have a few main areas of navigation. So our first area of navigation is going to be the top, and we see links to the assets page, kit page, my templates, help, contact, and links. We also have email templates, but you can ignore that tab for now. We also have our global search here. So if you type in any keywords, that will search our assets page for items related to that keyword. So if I just type in my maintenance keyword, it's going to pull up all of the assets related to my maintenance keyword. So let's go back to our home page. And we also have these 4 bars right here. If you click on these bars here, it will change the view. So the widgets are no longer in a double column. Each widget is now one right after each other in a single column. And if you don't like that, you can change it right back to by clicking on that same area, and now you're viewing a double column. This is your preference, however you like to see your homepage, up to you. And so I mentioned widgets, and what is a widget? It is just one of these boxes here that highlights in blue. It links to other areas on the SMRC or Navistar external services. So I'm going to briefly go over each one of these widgets. And so with all of these widgets, you can minimize them by clicking on these 3 dots in the right-hand corner, like so. And if you hover over them and click again, it will reappear. And you can minimize all of these widgets that are highlighted. Additionally, if you hover over the edge of these widgets, you can click and drag and then reorganize your homepage. And this is another one of those things that is completely up to you and your personal preference on how you wish to view your homepage. So up top, we also have our sales launchpad. Each one of these boxes here links to an external Navistar website or service, so we do not manage these links right here in the Sales Launchpad, but they're here for your convenience. Next up, we've got our featured content widget, and so each of these images here, these are linking to a kit or a certain area on the SMRC that houses a toolbox of related content. So you can click on this next generation kit here, and it will take you to the next generation IC bus kit assets page. And we'll go over kits in a little bit here, but these are being refreshed all the time, so feel free to check out what we've got featured in our featured content widget. Next up, we've got models. And so we have all of our international truck models here along with our bus models. And if I click on this electric CE series here, for example, it'll bring me to this next box where I can choose what kind of electric CE content I would like to view. So I can check out some of the imagery, whether that might be exterior or interior. I can see literature, so that's going to be our brochures, spec cards, and presentations. And then we also have electric CE videos. And you can just click on any one of these icons and it will take you to exactly what it says. So I clicked on exterior electric CE, and now I'm looking at imagery that is exterior of the electric CE. This is a really great resource. So you can see we have other models here. We have our diesel CE, and it's going to have all of this content organized really neatly for you guys. That's going to be the same case for any of these other models within the widget, so you can quickly access all of these different types of content. Next up, we've got our news and webinars. And so this will just hold any announcements or any new content. We also have links to the dealer webinar recordings here, so that'll contain videos and presentation documents. We also have some SMRC help videos down here. So that's going to link to our YouTube channel, where we have a bunch of different content to walk you through different areas of the SMRC or customization. And then we also have our sign up for our weekly SMRC emails. So every Tuesday, an email goes out that details the webinars coming up, as well as any new content that's been uploaded to the SMRC. Very helpful if you need something to be sent to your inbox to stay in the know. This is going to be absolutely for you. Next up, we've got our common searches widget. Here we have links to the social media calendars. So we have social media calendars for International Truck, IC Bus, and Fleet Right. So if I click on one of these icons, it's just going to bring me to the social media layout, as well as a zip file of the photos and video assets for that calendar month. Next up, we've got quick links. And so these first 4 are print portal links. So these are external and we do not manage these pages, but again, these are here for your convenience. And then we have our saved searches. So saved searches, if you find yourself coming back to a particular search again and again, you can save that search, and this is where you're going to be able to quickly access it straight from the home page. We also have our latest assets. So this is going to be a running list of the latest and greatest assets that have been uploaded to the SMRC. So there is a quick preview of the most recent 15 here. We also have sales tools. So under the sales tool widget here, we have Navistar external services. So that's going to be the presentation builder, the body builders, CT400, and the sales app. And then we've got my bookmarks. Here are bookmarked individual assets. So if you find yourself coming back to not just a search, but an individual asset again and again, you can bookmark it here and or bookmark it and then find it here and easily access it straight from the home page. And last but not least, we've got our parts retail program widget. For this one, I'm going to pass the floor over to my colleague, Claire.
Hi, everyone. Give me just one sec to share my screen. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire, and so I'm with Clutch Studios, along with Caitlin and Kaylee, and I manage the quarterly parts retail program. So if your dealership participates in this program, you will be able to see this widget here on the home page. If your dealership is not participating in the quarterly program, but you're interested in getting more info, definitely reach out to us, and I can talk to you a little bit more about that. But if you are in the program, you should see this widget. And so we do have some bus content now as part of the program. And so under this widget here, you'll see some links at the top. And then we have all of these icons underneath. And so if you click on any of these are going to, again, link to different areas of the SMRC, various assets and templates. And so for the quarterly program, we have, our US kits here with the US flag, and then our Canada kits here with the Canada flag, as well as the monthly calendars here. So I'm going to be showing you all of those. And so I'm going to click into the US kits here. And so kits, again, are just kind of like folders that contain all of the quarterly program resources and assets. And so right now we have the Q1 assets live, as well as some of the Q2 ones. And so right now you are seeing all of the kits now. I adjusted my drop down in the top right there, just so it shows all assets, just so I can show you that. But again, if I were to go into IC Bus only, it's only going to show me the bus assets, or the bus kits, excuse me. So I'm going to click into one of these bus kits. So I'm going to click into the bus English kit. We also have bus Spanish. And so under the Q1 kit, if we go over to this assets tab here, and we can open up the template section. And so you're going to see all of the bus templates now that are live for Q1 or whatever current quarter it is. And so all of these are bus branded. And so this is new for the quarterly program. We now have separate campaigns for both truck and bus. So we're going to have marketing materials that are specifically branded for one or the other each quarter. So we have quite a few templates here. You know, we have the mailer, the promo flyer, newsletter, countermat, the coupons, as well as some new templates here. We have some new promo flyer templates for the program. We have them in 1-up, 2-up, and 4-up. And so basically you can click into any of those and then choose to customize and feature your own parts. And so the 1-up will show 1 part, 2 will show 2 parts, and then 4-up will show 4 parts. And those do have the quarterly themed image, the bus image with that headline. And so that is bus branded up there in the header. And let's see, so in the assets tab now, so these are going to be all of the static assets. So these are not customizable like the templates, but you can go in and view them and also download them to your computer. And so there are a few pages here. Usually on the first page is going to be some more general resources. And so that's going to be like the dealer guide, mailer customization walkthrough, overview guide, as well as any pricing sheets. And so we have the Q1 in here. And so for Q2 at least, we are going to have bus specific promotions on the pricing sheets. So that will be included, and those pricing sheets are actually already up on the SMRC. Sorry, I just saw a question come through. We have someone say they are so small you can't see them. Ashley, I'm not sure which feature you're talking about, what's too small, but I can maybe help you with that. Yeah, going on, so all of the bus content is in this kit. So if we go over now to the second page, you're going to see more of the specific assets for the quarter. And so it's a lot of the kind of generic assets. We have digital banners, social banners with call to action buttons. And then if you click into one of them, like for example, this 300 by 50 digital bus banner, I can preview it. It is a pretty small size, so it shows up small here. But I can click on it here and then download it from here as well. And clicking on to the next page, again, we just have more of those quarterly bus themed assets. So we have more of our social imagery, and then we have like the POP countermat files, which can be printed, you know, through a printer or maybe on your own. And the POP files, you know, the printed items, those also get shipped out to your dealership each quarter. So if you are in the quarterly program, you should be receiving that. If you are a bus dealer, a dealer who sells only buses. Great, and so I'm just going to show you now real quick a couple other things. So this is what I just showed you was the US English bus kit. Just really quickly, I will show you Canada. So for Canada, as of now, we do not have bus specific Canada assets. We do have truck. And so for Q2 at least, what we're going to do is we are going to add in a bus kit for Canada, but those assets will be, you know, more generic, and they are going to be the same as the US bus assets, but you will be able to access them under the Canada tab. So that will be live kind of closer to the start of Q2, which begins on April 1st. And going back to our home page and going down to that parts retail program widget, I will show you the monthly calendars now. So we do have monthly parts calendars. They feature, you know, various content from manufacturers, parts promotions, maybe any holiday themed stuff. And so we have them in Canada English, Spanish, and US English. And so if I just go into one of these layouts here, so this US layout for February, I'm going to preview this file here, and I just want to show you this real quick. So for the part promotion posts within these parts calendars, we have imagery that goes with them. So it goes with the copy here, like for February 6th. And so we do have a bus version for these now. So, you know, that particular part promo may or may not apply, you know, to your bus promotions, but we do have it branded in yellow now, as well as the themed image here for the first post in truck and bus. So again, the quarterly parts retail program, all of those resources will be in this widget. We have both truck and bus now for 2024. We also have, videos as part of the program. And so we have truck videos and bus videos, custom and generic. So those will be in the kits as well. And if you're in the program, you'll be getting the custom videos that are sent out in the link that goes to you over email. And that's where everything is for parts retail program. So I think I am now going to pass the webinar off to Caitlin, who's going to talk a little bit more about all of the bus assets, on these individual pages, the assets page, kits page, and templates page.
Thanks, Claire. Let me just change over. Okay. So my name's Caitlin. I work with Kaylee and Claire. We manage the SMRC site and the content within it. So if you ever have any questions, you might have talked to Kaylee or myself. But let's jump through the various pages of the SMRC. So right now you're seeing that this is filtered to IC bus only. So when you click on the assets page in the top navigation here, you should be seeing, oh, looks like it refreshed. There we go. You should be seeing IC bus only assets. Now, a big disclaimer is that we do have a lot of parts content on the SMRC, and parts content is tagged to both bus and truck universes. So it's going to be heavily shown within the various pages. So first things first, in terms of finding IC bus assets, obviously you want to have that universe set to IC bus. But then secondly, it's probably best if you actually go to advanced search in the top left corner. And in this advanced search, there's a number of filtering fields that you can use. One of those is brand. So if you select brand and click on IC bus and hit search, this is going to display any assets tagged to the brand IC bus. So that's going to filter out all of the parts that are within here. Next, I would suggest you can either use the full text search in the top right-hand corner to find, a keyword that you might be looking for, or you can use the filters on the left-hand side here to drill down to what you need. You can also do a combination of both. So I would suggest using this model filter on the lower left side here to filter it out by the bus model that you're looking for. We've got a lot of electric CE series that we've added recently. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then from there, you could also filter it if you were looking for maybe exterior images of that electric CE. Maybe you're looking for some different documents. So using these filters is definitely the most powerful way to really find what you're looking for fairly quickly. Let's click on exterior. And so now we're seeing all of the electric CE exterior images that we have on the site. So you might use this search over and over again, and instead of having to click on these filters every time you're going into the SMRC, one of the easiest ways is to save a search by clicking on Save Searches in the top left-hand corner. And you can name this search whatever you want. I'm going to call it Electric CE Exterior Images and hit Enter. And that's now added to the list of my saved searches here. So anytime I go back into the SMRC, I can go to that Save Searches and click on it, and it will take me directly to these results. Now, as additional assets are added into the system and are tagged to the same metadata of electric CE, exterior, and IC bus, they're going to be added into this search. So you're never going to be missing out on any new content that's been added since you've created that save search. So it's a nice way to kind of see everything in the system no matter when it's been added. That save search is also available in the Save Searches widget on the SMRC homepage, which Kaylee showed you earlier. So let's jump into one of these assets. I'm just going to click on this first one here. And when I click into it, you can see that we have a file preview. You can hover over it to kind of zoom in and see further details. We also have all of the metadata associated to this particular file. If you want, you can click File Preview to kind of see it front and center. And this is where you can also download the asset. So once I download that, it's going to go into my downloads folder on my computer. One other thing, if you are looking at an asset over and over again and you want to bookmark it, there is a star right after the name of that asset. So if you star it and it turns yellow, you've now bookmarked this asset and it is available in the bookmarks widget on your homepage. I'm going to go back to list and see my results here again. So say you wanted to download multiple assets. How you do that is you can select all of the assets that you might want to download. So I'm going to select these first 4. And you can add assets to a board. And a board is kind of like a shopping cart. So I have these 4 assets selected. I'm going to click Add to Board here at the top. And you can add those assets to an existing board if you've already created it, or you can create a new board by clicking that teal New Board at the top. And we'll call this Electric CE Selects. You can give it a description if you want. Oops. And I would suggest leaving it toggled off public. You don't need to worry about that. No need to share your boards with everyone. Once you have this board named in a description, you can go ahead and click Save, and you've now created that board with those 4 assets. So you can go to the top right-hand corner of the SMRC, and there's 2 overlapping squares here, and that's the boards icon. So if you click on that, you come to the boards area of the site. And this is where you can see all of your boards, as well as boards that were shared with you and public boards that have been created. Any new boards are going to be at the very bottom here. So you can see that our Electric CE Selects was created and there's 4 media within it. So on this board, I can either click on it to see it, or if we're in this view here, there is 3 little ellipses in the lower right-hand corner of that board, and I have some options directly from this view where I can download, share, or edit the board. I like to be in this view where I can see all of the assets within it. It's just a little bit easier for me. But once you're on this page here and you want to download the board, you can click Download in the top left-hand corner. And it's going to ask you a few things. Do you want a contact sheet? That's really just a PDF with thumbnails of all of the images. So feel free to toggle that on or off. And then I would suggest leaving this as Add Original Assets to the zip. You can click Download Zip, and it's now downloading all of the assets within this board. So the 4 assets shown here. Some other things that you can do with boards are share it. So if you wanted to send these selects to someone, you could click share on the right side, and it's going to pull up this window here. You can either share the link to the board, or you can share a zip file, up to you. Click next, and you can fill in all of this information. Again, I would recommend keeping this as Add Original Assets to zip. You also do have the ability to limit how long this is available for, so you can pick a day or you can leave it blank. And then once you have all this filled out, you can click Share This Board, and it will be shared with that person. So I'm going to click the X's in the right-hand corner there to get back to my search results here. A few other things. So if you have a bunch of assets that you wanted to select, you can actually double click the first asset, and it's going to select all of the assets on the page. And if you do it again, it'll deselect them all. Other items, you can click one asset, hold down your shift, and click another asset that's at the end, and it will highlight everything in between. So some nice shortcuts for you there. Okay, I think that about sums up the assets page. Let's move on to kits. So Claire touched on kits, obviously. Let's reset this. So these are all IC bus related kits within the site. So again, the layout of this page looks very similar to the assets page that we just went through. But there are some bus specific kits within here. On the left-hand side, you can, under the business unit, select IC bus school, and that's going to show you a bunch of IC bus kits within here. Other ways you can see them are by going to, let's see, advanced search and going to universes, buses, and hitting search. We are also in the bus universe, so that's kind of redundant, but a few different ways to find bus related content. So once you have one of the kits that you are looking for, you can click directly on it. So I clicked that next generation IC bus kit, and you're always taken to the assets tab of a kit. So if you are in that assets tab, this one only has assets in it. Sometimes they also have templates in it, like we saw with the parts retail ones. But you can click on the assets section and it will open it up, and you can see the various assets that are linked to this kit. Some kits do have a lot of content within them, so there are multiple pages down here that you'll need to click through to see all of the assets within the kit. And the assets within kits are organized by oldest to newest, so any newer assets are going to be on the last pages within here. You can click directly on an asset to see a preview of it. And then you could also download it from here as well. So this is a PDF, and you can click the download icon in the right-hand corner here and download the asset to your computer. All right, now let's go to the templates section. Again, very similar layout to the assets and kits pages that we just looked at. We did notice recently that we're having some bugs in terms of filtering out truck related templates within here. So you might see some truck templates even though we're in the bus universe. So we are aware of that and looking into it. But you can, again, use the filters on the left-hand side to find what you're looking for. Again, you can click business units, IC bus school here on the left to find what you're looking for. Or you can use the full text search in the top right-hand corner here to, again, find what you need. So I'm just going to put in bus, and that's going to pull up all templates that have bus in their title. So that might be an easy way to kind of filter bus templates further. So let's jump into one of these bus templates real quick. We'll click on, let's see, we'll just click on this bus show and email. So we're going to head and click start. Sorry, I should have showed you that. When you launch a template, you do have the ability to give it a name if you want, and that name is going to show up in your My Templates area. Typically, I just leave the name as is and go ahead and click start. So when you are launching a template, depending on the amount of customizable fields, kind of determines how long it takes to set up the template and display for you. So just be a little patient, but once it loads, the customizable area will look like this. So it's going to have a preview of your bus template, and you have a few options up here on the top left-hand corner. We've got the name of the template, a print icon, a PDF icon, a JPEG icon, and then a zoom slider to zoom in or out. And then this sort of black square here allows you to fit the template to your customizable area. So that you can kind of see the whole thing. So when you're within a template, there are some customizable fields that will be highlighted with a blue dotted line as you kind of hover over those areas. So we know that this is customizable text. So if I click on this, it's going to pull up a text field where I can edit this email and change some things around. So let's do February.
And I just want to jump in here real quick and mention that all templates that you start, they do autosave. So there's no need to save a template. And if you ever need to leave a template and come back to it later, like you need to close out your tab or your browser, you can get back to it in the My Templates tab at the top of the SMRC.
Thanks, Claire.
Yep.
So there we go. So I've edited the text and clicked save, and you can see now that it's got the date that I put in there. It's got my name. So easy way to make some edits. Obviously, this is a very simple template. Some templates do have the ability to, feature various parts, to switch out images, which we can look at here in just a second. But that was an easy one. So once I've made all of these edits, I can go ahead and click the PDF icon in the top left-hand corner, and it's going to download that PDF that I can then either attach to an email or maybe print out and hand to my customers. So once I'm done with this, to Claire's point, it has been saving. So I can find it again if I wish to look at it or I need to make changes to it. And all my templates that I launch in SMRC are within the My Templates area. And you can access that at the top navigation here by clicking on My Templates. And these are all of the templates that you have created. So you can see that email that I just did is listed at the top here. On this page, you do also have some filtering options if you wish to, find some templates that you've created if you have a ton of them. And then you can also use the full text search in the top right to, again, use a keyword search to find what you need. If I did need to make some edits to this template, I could just click directly on it, and then it will take me to sort of this details page. If you click directly on the preview of the template again, it's going to pull it up to where you last left off. And from there, you can make additional edits. And again, no need to be hitting save. Don't worry if your computer dies or you close your computer, it's always saving and your changes will be there. Okay, let's look at a little bit more complex template. So if we scroll down here and we go to the parts and service bus flyer here, click on it. So again, this is where you can rename it if you wish or leave it as is and go ahead and click start. So this is a little bit more complex in that I can load a part or service into this flyer and then add some text as well. All right, so we're seeing a preview of this template. One other thing to note is some templates do have snippet zones. So if it does have a snippet zone at the top, you'll see this yellow bar and you can click show snippet zones to highlight those areas. This is one of the first steps that you'll need to do if it does have snippet zones in the template. So once you see those yellow areas, you can click on them. And this is essentially allowing you to determine the layout of that particular area of the template. So we have the ability to display a service, an installation, or a part in this particular area. So we're going to click service. And then in this area, we're going to select parts. And then in this bottom area, this is actually a snippet zone for addresses. So if your dealership has multiple addresses, you can display up to 4 in this template. There is also a custom layout where you can just add text and a bunch of different addresses if you have more than 4. I'm going to select 4. And once I have these snippet zones selected, I can go ahead and turn them off. Next step would be to obviously customize these snippet zones, but I'm going to start at the top here. You can see that this image is customizable. It has an X through it. It's blue with a blue dotted line, which means it's customizable. So if I click on it, I can either remove the image here. I can also upload my own image by clicking the up arrow, or I could choose an image from the SMRC. So if I click this image icon just below the image itself, it may show a recent search that you've done in the assets page. So you can go ahead and click reset search criteria. And I have a few different selections here for this template. So I'm going to click this first lineup one by clicking the radio dial button, and it's going to pull that image in. So if I like that, I could also zoom in or out by dragging these handles on the corners. It starts to become red when the resolution is lost, so make sure that it's not red and that it's within that image space. So once it looks good, you can click the save icon and update that. Text within here is also customizable. So if I click on these areas, I can edit the text. I'm just going to leave it as is, but you could edit that if you wish. And now we come to the snippet zone areas. So these areas, since they are parts areas, you will need to sort of hover in the middle of the part zone until you see that purple dotted line. That's when you have the part grouping selected, and go ahead and click. And from here you can, I guess these are services. You can select a service to display within this area. So I'm going to select wiper replacement. We do have these sort of color coded to either be yellow for bus, orange for truck, or the gray ones are kind of just neutral. So I'm going to click wiper replacement, and it's going to load into this area. And then from here you can edit the text further if you wish, and then you can also edit the price. Make sure you hit save to see that edit. On the right-hand side here, again, I'm going to hover in the center area, and this is a part area. So I'm gonna just select this first one, quarter fender flap, and it's gonna pull that part into here. And then again, at the bottom, I can update the price. So this is definitely more of a complex template with a few more customizable areas for you. The last part is the address areas. So these addresses, if you have them linked in your account, they will pull through automatically. You can still edit them if you wish. So if you click directly on that address, you can change the various fields within here if you wish. Just know that if you do update these within the template, it's not updating your account at all. It's not connected. It's just the edits for this particular template. And then the last part within the address area is your dealer logo. If there's a dealer logo linked to your account, it will also pull through. I'm in a test account, so it looks like a logo didn't pull through for me. But your logo would just be displayed here. And then you do have the option to switch that out with a different logo if you wish. So once you're done editing this template, again, you can click the PDF icon in the top left-hand corner and download this flyer. There we go. All right, so that was a high-level overview of templates. And again, any templates that you start within the system are available within the My Templates area if you want to get back to them. All right, last section up here in the top navigation is help, contact, and links. So if you click on that, it's going to give you a drop down for the help page. On this page, we do have our email and our phone number. So if you ever have questions or issues with the SMRC and you want to talk to someone, feel free to give us a ring or send us an email. I'm happy to help you out. If you're having issues locating assets, let us know and we can help track those down for you. There are also some help documents listed within here. So those are helpful if you're sort of new to the SMRC and need refreshers on how to use the various pages or sections of the SMRC. And then lastly, there's a link to help videos. Help videos exist on our YouTube channel, so you can click on that and it will take you to the SMRC YouTube channel where we've got a bunch of different help videos. This video that we're doing today will also end up on here as well. So if you ever need a refresher on finding bus content, you can look on YouTube shortly. Going back to the top, if you click on contact in the dropdown, this is a list of RMMs and their contact information, as well as a few other people within the Navistar organization. Again, our help phone and email is at the top as well. And then lastly, links. A lot of these links are external links to various websites that we do not manage, but a nice easy way to jump to them from the SMRC. If you do have any issues on these particular websites, we would suggest reaching out to the help desks or contact information that's posted on those websites, since again, we can't access any of these. I think that covers it. Let me look and see if there are any questions that popped up. And while I'm doing this, feel free, if you do have questions, to pop those into the questions or the chat area of the GoToWebinar panel, and we can definitely take the last couple of minutes here to go through them or cover anything else that we might have missed. Doesn't look like there's anything yet. Kaylee or Claire, do you guys have anything to add? Anything I missed? Just give everyone a few minutes to put their questions in.
I just want to mention, sorry, I just want to mention that, you know, I was talking about the parts retail program, and if your dealership is not currently in the program, but you're interested in getting more info, you can definitely reach out. You can send us an email to, you know, that contact info that Caitlin mentioned on the help page. You can also give us a call, but definitely reach out. You know, if you have any questions about the program, and if you are in the program and you need anything, I am your contact person, so just definitely, you know, don't hesitate to reach out.
Awesome. Well, it doesn't look like any questions are coming through. We'll give it maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, but otherwise, if you do have a question that you think of later on, again, feel free to reach out to us. Happy to assist. And do just make sure you're keeping an eye on the news and webinars widget on the SMRC homepage. Would highly recommend signing up for that weekly SMRC email as well, just so you get reminders in your inbox of anything new that's been added to SMRC. All right, well, that concludes our webinar. Thank you guys so much for attending and hope this was helpful for you. The recording will be posted to YouTube shortly. So if you do need a refresher or want to show this to someone else in your dealership, you can find it there, or again, feel free to reach out to us. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.